up, footballers? Welcome back to another episode of Spitting Fire. Jeffrey and James here with you as always. And today we're going to just talk a little bit about Alexander Katai. So Nelson Paunovic was approached with a question. Not Nelson Paunovic, oh my gosh. Nelson Rodriguez was asked a question at his latest medium roundtable.
Yeah.
What was he going to do with Alexander Katai? He was non-committal, said he's not going to approach it for right now, and they're going to wait and see. James, if you were Nelson, what would you do?
Well, let's say this. He was quick to say Paunovic is back, but he's not quick to say Katai is back.
Yeah.
So Paunovic has the leash that Katai does not. Katai is on a short leash, so that informs us immediately.
Yeah.
Katai is on a short leash. Do we think we should bring Katai back? Now, it's clear that he has the talent, but it's also clear that there's an issue between the ears as far as motivation, getting going, just being active on the defensive end, being active on the offensive end sometimes. And it's questionable.
Yeah, and you got to wonder is, a player like him, does he need a manager that he respects a lot? I mean, something like that. I mean, sometimes a player, like I know Mario Balotelli bounced around here and there until, he found a stable manager. And then even that manager really couldn't, keep him grounded. So, I mean, it's concerning. I mean, if I was the GM, it's that argument where we don't have a lot of quality players. Can you let him walk? If we don't have a lot of players,
that's the issue.
Can you let someone like that walk, even if you know there's that baggage there? So that is really the what you got to weigh.
Also,
there's baggage, but is it worth letting a good player walk?
Also, I noted in one of the pictures this morning of the team training, he does always tend to be away from the group. I wonder how accepted Katai is with the larger veterans and the kids. I wonder who's his friends amongst the team.
Mm-hmm. And do you remember when we first got him, what I said that was weird about him? About when he receives balls from his teammates? He never likes it. Hey, good ball. If it's like a bad ball sometimes in soccer, you'll give him a thumbs up or like, hey, good ball. Those little things.
Very selfish. Very selfish player and doesn't give kudos, thanks. No. I did see him help Nikolic take his shirt off once. So maybe there's some camaraderie there. But
man.
I don't know. I really wonder what he's like to train with because I've heard that he doesn't. I've heard rumors that he doesn't train super hard. He doesn't act like he's kind of like one of those privileged players. Well, those prima donna privileged players who just knows he's going to play because there's nobody as good as he is, so he doesn't have to put in the effort.
He's only got to work around.
He's only got to work as hard as he needs to get himself a goal or get himself a point.
But it doesn't make sense because he shouldn't have that attitude because there's a reason he's been bounced around from team to team.
Well, maybe his attitude is so consistent and he doesn't think he needs to change.
Here's the thing that stinks. Like if you use him correctly, if he was on perhaps a better team, I think he would be performing much better here. But for the team where the Chicago Fire are right now, in their makeup, their construction, I mean, I don't think we really can use an Alexander Katai successfully. We just don't use possession well enough. We still have holes defensively and attacking-wise, and so...
But you need threats.
But you take Katai, let him go.
You take Katai away, there is no offensive threat on this team. So at that point, you got to sign him. So in order to keep an offensive threat, you got to sign him. But in order to get rid of a headache and the problems that he might be causing internally, you get rid of him.
Yeah.
But he's alone.
He's alone. Yeah. So
in this case, from the outside looking in, I guess you got to, from our perspective, you kind of have to keep him because there's just nobody with as close to his level of quality.
No. And who knows if he even wants to stay?
His motivation be damned.
Yeah, he might. I mean, he might even be
trying to play his way
out. Exactly.
Over to Red Star Belgrade.
He wants to go back.
He wants to go back home or something, or to
And you know what?
To a video talk.
Quite frankly, I mean, as a former player myself, when you do see someone like that, and I've played with people like that.
I hate playing with players like that. I hate playing with players like that. I don't like playing with players like that.
Because I mean, it's obvious, and everyone knows this.
As good as they are,
you're better together as a team. You're much better when you play together, and he's not a team player.
As good, I've had privilege of playing some very good players in my career. So have you, and some of the best players I've played with, aren't the best just because they're just too selfish that you don't even want to play soccer with those types of dudes. And you'll play with players who make you and themselves better rather than the guy who's just out there just to look good. be the Kobe Bryant of soccer.
Well, you're right, because soccer is a team game. I mean, it's not like LeBron, where you could just give LeBron the ball and he can do his thing. I mean, there's 10 other people on the pitch that have to help you and put in the work, give you the pass and all that stuff.
Can't pass to yourself.
Exactly. So, I mean, soccer is so much a team game that, if you do start affecting your, the mental makeup, that team chemistry, it does affect people. I mean, I've seen it. Everyone's seen it. Sometimes you just don't pass a player a ball because you don't like the guy. And, yeah, they're professionals. And I don't
Especially if you know he's not going to pass it back to you.
Yeah, but I mean, they're professionals, and we're not saying that happens.
Right.
But we're just using that as an example, an extreme example.
Extreme example, because some selfish players do work really well in systems. There's selfish players out there that work, that do well in the systems that they're in, because it's designed to.
Yeah.
So, and then there's some people that are just, by mentality, are just very abrasive to deal with.
I think I said originally I did want him. Now that we just talked about it, I don't want him.
You don't want him?
I don't want him. Let him go.
I like it.
I'll let Nelson swing and miss again at another person.
I like it akin to, I saw a little video of Kirk Hammett and Bob Rock of Metallica. Bob Rock's Metallica's manager at some early point in their career. Kirk Hammett's their guitarist. Kirk Hammett's working on the solo for the Unforgiven song. And he's half-assed. He's not working as hard as he should. Bob Rock, the guy, knows it. He tactfully, he knows how to stroke the guy's fire.
Yeah.
He knows how to stoke the guy's fire to get the creative tension to the point where Kirk Hammett responded, put out a kick butt solo, just melting, and the rest became history essentially. But it was that good coaching, seeing out of a music manager, to get this, this
man management
to get his maybe his more musically inclined, his not as academic guy, but we understand exactly to get his artist to respond.
Yeah,
and maybe that's what Katai is. Maybe Katai is an artist, where everyone else, like Abasti, is a soldier.
Here's the thing:
you got to get into the soul of the artist.
We said this earlier in the episode. There's a reason Katai has been passed on from team to team. He's had multiple managers. The book is out on him. And, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And especially when he's getting a little older, you can't keep getting, try number 1, retry number 2, retry number 3. I mean, you can't keep affording these these retries, especially, you got to learn from your mistakes. And here he is, and maybe, with the Fire underperforming, maybe he's not respecting the coach and the system and things like that. And that's not helping him.
He's not buying in.
He's not buying in. But anyways, that's all I got.
But that's all we got. James? If you guys enjoyed the conversation, enjoyed the analysis, toss us a like. If you guys have any comments, or especially about this topic with Alexander Katai, how you guys feel about it? Would you guys sign him? Would you guys bring him? Would you guys sign him for the rest of this year? Do we bring him back? What do you guys feel about the situation? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, subscribe for more Spitting Fire. We'll see you guys later.
See you guys.
All right.